More team members won't make you rich, but this will. Going back to my time in 2018, 2019, we had built a significant team at Titanium Investments. We were spread all across the United States. We had locations in Hawaii, Alaska, Arizona, Ohio, Alabama, and we were doing deals across the United States in all 50 states. We were also taking down properties to do fix and flips. We had rental properties, seller finance, Airbnb. We were doing all of these different exit strategies. And in order for us to do that, we had to have a lot of team members. Now, the plan was the size of the team growing, we were going to be able to make more money. We learned the hard way that that's just not the case. Here's the reason why. More people does not equal more money. See, you have to have proper systems in place. You have to have processes. You have to have training and management. So with the additional people, what did happen was we had a bloated and an inflated labor costs. At one point in time, we were upwards of $100,000 a week in payroll. Now, we had a significant amount of revenue that was coming through the doors through all the different companies that we had across the United States. The problem was a lot of that money came in and went right back out the door to cover the labor expense. We didn't have enough leadership and management. We just had a lot of staff and labor, team members, people that were coming in, and whether they were doing property management, lead generation, acquisitions, dispositions, or project management. See, again, we were doing a lot of fix and flips, BRRRRs, so we were having to repair these rental properties, and then we had to manage those rental properties. So we had a lot of different positions, a lot of different strengths that were needed on our team to manage all of the different exit strategies that we were trying to accomplish here at Titanium. And because of that, we weren't really good at anything. And the people that were coming in, some of them were really great people and probably could have been great hires. Problem was we didn't have the training set in place. And then also we did not build them up to be leaders in the organization because we didn't have enough leadership overall. We tried to scale too fast. And we see this time and time again, specifically in the wholesaling industry. People come in and they want to talk about, I don't want to do acquisitions and dispositions in my wholesaling business. I'm not going to be a cold caller. You've probably even said those words yourself. I completely understand where you're coming from. At this point, I have worked myself out of needing to do acquisitions and dispositions, but it took time to get there. Here's how we were able to accomplish this. At first, we did it ourselves. We created our own process. How are we going to do this? How are we going to be experts in using the systems that we're going to use? This is why I regularly talk about stop flip-flopping between all of the different systems, right? Should I comp with PropStream or Privy? 1 month I'm doing lead speed to lead. The next month I'm doing lead Zolo. But decide on what systems you're going to use and then become an expert at it. Then you build your own processes for your organization around those systems that you're using. Once you have decided this is our process, this is how we do things at my organization here at Titanium, this is how we do it, then we started hiring. When we would hire people, we would bring them in, we would train them, and then delegate that task to them and manage them. Jocko Willink says in Extreme Ownership, decentralized command is one of the most important things that an organization can have. What that essentially means is that a leader can really only truly manage a small amount of people, somewhere between the range of 5 to 7 individuals. And then there needs to be another leader that manages another part of the business. So for example, if I were to manage the acquisitions managers, I could have up to 5 to 7. Then if we're going to have another 5 people doing dispositions inside of our organization, there needs to be another leader that's managing that. This is how you make sure you're holding everyone accountable, tracking the proper metrics, and making sure that the job is getting done correctly. So it isn't just about pouring as many people as possible into your organization to do acquisitions and dispositions, because at that point, that's where you'll start burning money as an organization. Leads will get wasted. Follow-up will not happen. The process that you thought you had in place probably will not be followed through correctly. There will be mistakes that take place, and you as the leader will have too many individuals to manage. This is how more team members does not necessarily equal you, the owner, making more money. But as your business grows, if you're building people up and training them on how to become a leader and really just kind of pumping the brakes a little bit and slowing everything down, this is how you could grow someone like we have in our organization now, like Justin Helms and Garrett Littleton. See, they've been with us for time. They've been here for years. They've learned the titanium way of doing things. And now they have a leadership role where now they can have decentralized command over a certain portion of the business, and we can put people underneath them. So the growth process is a little bit slower. It's not what we did in 2018, 2019, where it was like, we have a leader in Hawaii. Let's put 20 people in that organization to try to manage all of the deals that we're going to do in Hawaii. That's what killed that organization. If we had said, let's keep it small, where there's a leader with 5 people underneath, we could have made significant amount of profit. And then maybe grown one of those 5 individuals as a team member into a leader, and then grown the organization to 10 people. And then from there, developed another leader to grow it to 15 or 20 people. This is the growth pattern that your business needs to have. Not, hey, I'm going to immediately scale this business and grow it as fast as possible. Because we see it. I've been in this industry now for a decade where I've seen people scale their business as quickly as possible, and then a year later, they're not here anymore. They're gone. Few and far between have been able to scale their business at such a rapid pace where they didn't end up killing their business. So for you, if you're in the position where you're looking to start bringing on team members and start growing the business, do it slow and organically and develop leaders. That's your job as the owner, is to find people and have the appropriate people in position that can then take the responsibility of managing the team off of your plate. This is the best way that you're going to be able to grow the business. Now, on the other side of this, outside of wholesaling, this is not just in the wholesaling industry. It's pretty much for any business out there. Nick Robbins, our partner here at Titanium University, had the exact same thing happen in his marketing agency. Now, he grew that organization up to 8 figures. And he had the exact same issues where he had grown it up to 6 figures of payroll a month with bloated expenses, with all sorts of overhead with his office and systems that they were using. And he looks back at it and he says, it was a miserable existence. It felt like before all of those people existed, that would be the path to financial freedom. However, once it became the reality, he was miserable. I regularly talk about the fact that there was 1 month where we had 96 properties under contract. And it was one of the most stressful times of my life. Sure, did a lot of money come in the door? Absolutely. The other thing that happened, because we had so many people here, is a lot of money went out. And we weren't as profitable as we should have been as an organization. So what I really want you guys to think about before you start scaling the business and thinking about all of the big revenue numbers that you can have is think about how much net profit am I going to make as an organization? That should be the most important number for you as the owner and reverse engineer how are you going to accomplish that? And then think about all of the people inside of your organization that you would need to truly accomplish that number. And does that sound like something that you want to manage? Some people are completely happy with making $25,000 a month as an organization. Some people want to get all the way up to the high six figures, maybe even seven figures a month. And that's great. Everyone can have their own dreams and aspirations. But think about what that looks like as an organization. And is it what you truly want for the long run? This is why we say create your own reality. Don't fall to the pressures of what social media says you should have or shouldn't have as an organization. That is irrelevant to your life. Create the business that you want. This is why you became an entrepreneur. You didn't want to listen to what everyone else said you need to do or how you need to do it. Sit there and truly look at it and say, am I completely okay with having a small team of 4 to 5 people and making X amount of dollars a month? If you are, then go do that and live the life that you wanted. That's why you became an entrepreneur. That's why I'm so proud of what we were able to accomplish in 2024. We had a fantastic year, but it wasn't all about the money. Was it as much money as we've ever made? No, we had higher revenue numbers in previous years. But I got to travel to 17 different states, got to play 32 rounds of golf that year, and I wasn't stressed. Those are the important things, not the vanity metrics of how many deals do you do a month or how much gross revenue did you have. That's for the birds. That's for social media. Don't fall into that. More team members does not necessarily mean that you are going to make more money. Don't fall into that trap. Create the business that you want for the long haul. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you give this video a like. We'll see you guys tomorrow.